good morning, and good morning. Look, I brought my rich color on today. I have on rich red. And rich red to me says that I might be feeling a certain way today. I might be feeling like I have a little money. I don't. Have a good position. I don't. I am just who I am. But the rich, sometimes they have a status that they seek and they wait for something else. And the emptiness comes. The emptiness comes. You have to have more invested in your life than anything that you own, anything that you're doing, anything that you're feeling you possess. I want to possess the goodness of life. Just the fact that I have life, I'm rich. The fact that I have friends, I'm rich. The fact that I know who I am, I'm rich. I'm rich. So, I'm going to wait for some more people to come in, and I'm going to give them that same speech again because this is good stuff today. I've been watching and watching and waiting for them to have this Powerball and all of these fantasies and all the things that they keep posting on TV, at the national level, and also at the, obviously on our TV, the local level. So we're all, like seeing it constantly in motion and saying that, it's an $850,000 and, $600,000, cash out and all this kind of stuff. I know for some people that gives them hope. But when people are down to their last dime, or they've already, spent far beyond what they can afford, the rent is due, the lights need to be paid, the light bill needs to be paid, you need gas in your tank, the children need, snacks, whatever it is, and you've exceeded it because you're addicted to scratch offs, you're addicted to, gambling, and I'm not against anybody doing anything you want to do. You do what you want to do, okay? But understand that in the process of you doing what you want to do, you may fall short of getting where you want to be. And that's what I think about it. Like I kept watching it last night, and then it was on again this morning. It was like the number two thing on the list of things to discuss for the day in the news. And I said, that's just so interesting because they've made people desire it and really feel that they can beat it. But when the odds get down, good morning, Monica Myers. How are you doing, my sweet friend? When you think that you can think, out luck, out pray something like a scratch off, or if it's not a scratch off, it's the slot machines, or not a slot machine, it's I just think, or you're going to come up with your own numbers. Yeah, somebody's going to eventually win, someone will win, but the odds of you winning, me winning, makes me want to keep my money in my pocket. I'm just saying, that's just for me. For somebody else, they may look at this and say, this is opportunity. This is an opportunity. So I found something this morning that really speaks to where I'm at on this subject. And it's all about rich, how rich, we may or may not become. And it has to do with perception. How are we perceiving what rich will do for us, or what rich has done for us, or anybody? I don't know. It's raining hard outside, and there's a little flicker here and there. So you may lose me, or I may lose contact with you, but I'll come back in as soon as I can, just in case that happens. But anyway, there's this thing by a poem that's been written by Seerat, Seerat, not my stuff. And it goes like it says, one day, a rich man asked the poor, Why is he so poor? The poor man replied, I'm not poor, neither you're rich enough. We both have to die one day. So who is rich and who is poor? All your money cannot buy you a single breath. This money will remain here only, and your soul will remain forever. So, me personally, in that statement, saying that what we have will remain after we are gone, you know. So, I say live any way you want to live. That's your business, you know. If you think chasing, a scratch off and the lotteries and the numbers and all that, and that it will work for you, you do you. There's no criticism in that. I'm just asking the question this morning, if you're rich, can you still avoid the empty? Because I've known people who have been rich and they still felt empty because the money may not seal the deal and all the things you need. Just can't do it. I think we would like to think that we can. We'd like to think that money will heal us, make us more real to others, make us seen by others. Not necessarily. Mm-mm. I think if your heart is big, they will know it. If your arms are out, they will know it. If your hand is there for a handshake, they will take it. Okay? They understand that. They are empty because their cups have holes in it. Ooh, what you say? I love it. Yes, absolutely. I'm going to do thank you so much, Monica, for that. I love it. I'm going to do some volunteer work for a Rotary camp coming up. And I'm excited about it because I ran across one of the songs that I'm going to actually sing to the kids. And actually the guests that night are not children, they're adults, but they're adults with special needs. So good morning, Miss Rosie. How are you? Today our word is rich. And so I was looking at this and I was just absolutely mesmerized by the fact that I found this song that said, and I used to sing it to the kids at the camps in New York when I was coming up. There's a hole in the bucket. Dear Liza, dear Liza. At the end, what does she say? Monica, Maurice. Oh, that's Maurice. Maurice, you're answering all of that. I'm sorry. For some reason, I'm reading funny this morning. My eyes aren't right. But Maurice, thank you. It said, and hi, Michael, how are you? Good to see you in my space. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you. But anyway, at the end of the song, it says, there's still a hole in the bucket. We can try to gather all that we want to gather, okay? And still it can be like a sieve and get right through our holding. When we leave here, we can't hold on to nothing. Whatever we leave, we leave. Good morning, Joan. This is Winnie. How are you? Thank you for coming. Thank you all for coming. This I'm excited about because I'm and we're inundated with all the stuff about trying to become rich by listening to the information on the TV. I mean, if we listen to it right, we may be believing we need to go down there and get us some more of those scratch offs or give some numbers. I personally don't feel that way. Every once in a while I will do it, but no, it's not my standard behavior. It is not. It is not. But the hole in the bucket, just what Maurice just said, the fact that we cannot hold on to everything that may come our way. We need to be cognizant of that. It is what it is. It is what it is. It says, so this fact that C-Rat sees this, there's a rich man and a poor man. And the poor man says to the rich man, neither me being poor or you being rich will really keep us from dying. Because when we die, what we have will be left here. But our souls will remain forever. That's heavy stuff. It's good stuff. That is good stuff. I'm excited about that little comment right there. I'm just excited. But thank you, Maurice, and everybody that's here. So, what is rich? What is rich? That's our word for today. And it says rich, having a great deal of money or assets, being the wealthy, having goods and property and money in abundance, being wealthy and well off. And it says minted, rolling in the money. It says deep pockets. I had somebody say, well, you got deep pockets. No, I got pockets. Now, I may go deep sometime to help a cause or something, but I'm still Sandy. I don't lose myself in what I have. What I lose myself is what I'm doing for others. I truly have adopted the Rotarian way. I am a person who will give service above self. I enjoy it. I never identified it with before because we were, as I told you, my parents trained us like that, but I never identified it until recently. And within the last 5-6 years that I've really gotten the ingrainedness of what Rotary is all about. It started with people that had and wanting to do for people that did not have. So the more capable, the more possessed was saying, how can we let some of this go? How can we help others with what we have to give away? Good morning, my Claydine. How are you? Today, our word is rich. And I know many of you are rich, not necessarily in money, but in giving of your heart, giving of your time, giving of your experience, giving of life that you would just do for others. That's the important thing. That's the wonderful thing of truly, truly being somebody who is rich. And when I break the word down, but I'm going to ask you a question. Are you stuck on the lottery this morning? Are you stuck on feeling that you have to do it? I'm not. I'm not saying don't do it because it may be for you. And it may be that you would be selected. It's just that the odds, I think it said it was a quintillion. It wasn't a million. It wasn't a trimillion. It was like out of this world. I thought they said it was a quadrillion. I can't make that kind of money. I don't. Obviously, it's not even in my in my regular. Million sounds good to me. Give me $1 million. I'm okay with that. I could make do for myself and help others. I would. If the Lord ever dropped some money on me and I had a windfall, trust me, just as long as you not bugging me about it, we can work. We can work together. We could be like, hey, Debbie, how are you today? Our word is rich. And I've already given some good examples of what everybody's doing, which is chasing after those millions and millions and millions of dollars. I think it's almost $1 billion now. I just said for me, I just know that I'm rich without ever winning anything like that. My richness comes from who I am and what I'm all about. And I think one of the things that I wrote in my quick little, assessment of today's session is that how could you be so rich in terms of the money that you have and the possessions that the money can buy, and only to be empty inside? Many people are. They are, because it's not the money. It's not the rich. It's what's missing, which may be your poor. The fact that you have poor connections with people, or people only want you for your money. They want you for your status. They want what you have, but do they want you? It's just scary stuff. It says, wow, that was deep. And so true. It's true. It's true. I'm trying to just leave y'all. If y'all get ready to go out and spend $500 on lottery tickets, I'm saying there's $500 you can do for yourself elsewhere. You can just use it differently. So when I break my word down, my R this morning is for rolling in it. How many of us have seen people on TV, in magazines, in the books that we read that speak of faraway places and the riches unknown? and they are rolling in the dough. They have it. It says to be extremely rich are those who are wealthy, well off, loaded, flush. They have all of those things that people want. And reality, I love it. Reality is good. Oh, Debbie Ann Joan came up with reality. And you think about it, our reality does not always match those high ideas in our heads. Ridiculous. That's good. That's good. Because sometimes we are ridiculous when we think we might be in that out of body experience that we've got something big coming our way. And not to say that I was watching the draft, last week. It might have been earlier this week, but I think it was last week. And I was amazed at these young people having such huge, amounts of money given to them immediately, you know. And others of us who have worked and worked and worked our lives, and we have I would say, a drop of what they have coming to them one time. So it's wonderful. It says responsible. Some who are rich stay rich. Okay. I always talk about the fact that I know some people who are rich, but you would never know it by what they live in, what they drive, where they go, what they wear. You would never know it. Never. And I don't take anything away from anybody that wears, because I'm going to tell you something right now. I have a love of clothes. So you may see me often and probably every once in a while see the same outfit, but that's my love. That's my love. And I also love my Beamer. Okay. So I do have some things, but for me, because I do believe in God, it says he will give you the desires of your heart. Now, I believe that for me. Okay, somebody else may have other beliefs, but I don't let it outlive who I am. It is just something that I enjoy. That's my personal enjoyment. But I also enjoy doing for others, making myself available, understanding that life, when I leave here, that car can't go with me. When I leave here, these clothes will not go with me. When I leave here, this pretty face, it's gone. It's gone. Okay. But what I'm hoping I'm leaving is the substance of who I am. The fact that I tried to be good to other people. I attempted in every way to show people that I loved them, that I cared about them, that I was here for them. That's what, to me, that's the substantiveness of the reality that I live in. I don't want to be ridiculous. I don't want to be where I can't, where I'm not real. I want to be as real as I possibly can. You all have put some great words down there, being responsible, reciprocal. I love that. Very, very good. Good morning, Erica. Good morning, Erica. I haven't seen you. Hope you're doing well. Redemption. Oh, that's good. How many of us have looked at redemption? And Claydine writes, my dad used to do the same thing, have $200 in his pocket, and I swear he got no money. He was not a rich man. I was rich. Enjoy with him. Absolutely. My mother, I agree with you, Claydine. My mother swore that she was poor. And my brother would get drunk on Friday night. He was a weekend drunk. He'd get drunk. He'd go to her house, but everybody knew my mother knew how to save a dime. Okay. And, he said something to her, and he said, you po? She said, yep, I'm po. Put out her hand. He put money in her hand. He would put money in her hand. And Monday morning when he sobered up, she would call him and say, hey, I got your money. Okay, they had that game. But when my mother passed away, my mother had $25,000 in the house. Okay, so trust me on this. Don't let everybody that doesn't say that they have money and may actually say that they don't have money. They may just be holding it for someone else that they want to bless when they leave this world. You never know. Or maybe it's to clear up their bills. Maybe you never know how people are rolling in it. That's what my first word was, rolling in it. My I of rich, as I move on, is being independent. Rich does amount to people being able to be independent, free from any outside control. How many of us are controlled by some things? Okay. If you buy a car, you got to pay on time. Okay. If you buy your clothes on credit, then they're your clothes that they don't necessarily want back. But you got to pay your bills. Otherwise, the bill collectors are calling. So you have to just look at what it is that you're getting. Now, for some people, they are so independent that they worry about nothing. They have somebody else that handles all of their business. Now I'm not going to lie. If I was rich enough, I would let people handle some business, not all my business, because I need to see the books, just make sure my business is still in good business, because people will also mess with you. Okay. It says identity. That's a great word. How many of us are caught up on our identity, who we are? Okay. All I'm saying is that I want to be someone that I wasn't caught up on what I've gotten and where I've gotten to. What I want to be caught up on, the fact is, I did for you and you did for me. That, to me, that's a solid, that's a solid nicety of life. Influence. I love that, because I feel that everybody needs to know somebody to have even a little bit of influence that could move to a lot. And in that instance, I'm talking about the person that is homeless needs to know somebody influenced enough that may help him or her out of their situation. So therefore, the influence moves up. The influence, the fact that somebody's looking at this and the importance of helping, so influence is good. Intellect. Oh, come on now. If I don't have anything else, I think that that's when I would probably fall apart totally, is the fact that I can't think. I love to think. I love having somebody to talk me with my thinking, talk to me in my thinking. Okay. And intellectually, we work together on whatever the issues are, solving stuff, being creative with stuff. That would just be awesome. Image, that's good too. What do we look like? That's good. So many barely have enough to make it through the month. These people can't relate to this disclosure. Money doesn't make us, but being able to pay bills and eat is a blessing. Absolutely. Thank you so much. TD, thank you so much. I agree. That's what I'm saying. If you look at what you have, you're rich. Because not having stuff lets us know how poor we are. And sometimes we relate so much to what we don't have that even we cannot acknowledge the gifts that we do have in terms of our richness. I'm always looking around at what I've been given. And trust me, the Lord didn't make it easy. So I work for what I get. I worked for it. But every dime I made, I did not spend. I learned, my mother's name was Lily. I learned the Lily rule of life. I didn't always say I had money and I had a dime. I made sure that I saved. Okay. I made sure that I paid off things before I went and got something else. That's how you do. To me, you have to look at your richness. My richness is also my level of where I can sit back and not worry about anybody calling me saying that my house is about to be repossessed, my car is about to be taken away from me. All the things that people can worry about only because when they got money, they mismanaged the money that they had. So the richness is not just in being able to pay everything. It's your comfortableness, which is going to be in my next word in a minute. It's your ability to realize that I'm comfortable. I don't have to be up here. But if I'm here, Lord knows I'm okay. I'm above ground. I'm living well. I'm enjoying the life that I have. Oh, it could be better. Let's face it, we could do things that are better. But life is where I'm content. I'm content. So being independent talks to being someone who's individualistic. They could be the maverick for themselves. They could be free and liberated from the burdens of things. Okay. Many of us have gone through life. I don't care who you are. We've probably been through a stretch where the money was funny. Okay. The people were nowhere around. You're living in your heart and your hurt, your heartache, your troubles, your anger, your frustration. You live there for a while. But when you come out and the coast is clear and you can honestly say, you know what? I made it through. I made it through that. I'm doing much better now. And I learned something along the way. I learned that I can go forward and do better than what I was doing, you know. So it talks about them being free spirit. How many of us have known people are just free spirited? They're there and unfeathered. Unfeathered. I like that. You know what? You do you. I'm going to be over here. I'm fine. Thank you. How many of us can just get up in the morning and just say, thank you? Thank you for the life that I have. Thank you that I'm not the person on the street. You know, thank you. I think that I do too. Okay. Amen. Ignite. That's a great word for independent. Ignite, image, all of those things. Let's move on. My C for my rich, I've already disclosed it, is comfortable. I want to be comfortable in the person that I am, in the body that I have. And there's at one time, you know, when I was younger, I felt that I needed to be loved by everybody. I don't think that anymore. I don't think that anymore because I realized that in order to, even the Bible says in order to have friends, you need to be friendly. So I stopped trying to befriend everybody that I saw, and I friended the ones that I knew had the capability to friend me back. And if I found that some of them were in a position of using me, then I also knew how to pull back. Sometimes we have to be in that position. Let's see. Categorize. Canny. Absolutely. Absolutely. Sometimes we have to be, you know, putting people in categories. Okay. This one, that one, those, them. It, it is what it is. You know, we have to figure out, but our richness doesn't have to be tied up in the money. Our richness may just come from the fact that we have friends and they do love us and they do care and they will come when we're sick and they will send a flower and they will, you know, send a card. That's the richness of friendship, you know. So it doesn't have to be that it it should be reciprocal. So I do like that word. It has to be. For me, I do for people that do for me, and sometimes I do for people that have never done a thing for me and they never have to, only because I see the need. I see the need that they have. And that's where I'm tied in at. That's my Rotarian way. I'm tied into it and I'm okay with it. So anyway, it talks about being comfortable, especially in terms of our clothes, our furnishings, anything that provides us an opportunity to be at ease, you know, at ease. If you've ever been around the military, you know, there's a time when they tell them, you know, basically they have to salute, you know, but when that saluting period over, they said at ease. I want to be at ease and be comfortable and understand the importance of my relaxation. I want to get there. So this is also significant. Comfortable is also as significant or as needed. You know, some people may be very comfortable with things that are stressful all the time and constantly running and doing and being and performing for others, where some folks just say, I don't have all that to do. I'm not interested in all of that. I just want to be, you know, cozy, kind of snug, kind of feeling warm and comfortable with who I am, enjoying the life that I have, being agreeable with me. How many of us are agreeable with others, but we're never truly in agreement with ourselves? We're not aligned properly. We know that. Okay, concerned, caring. Oh, carefree is good. Oh, I love that. Caring, concerned, cunning, yes, and carefree. Good, great words. Those are great words. We really have to understand that sometimes the significance of us doesn't have to be tied up in the significance of others. But if it is, let it be good. Let it be, congenial. Let it be there for each other. And it also says that to be comfortable may say that that's our plush. We're comfortable with who we are and well furnished, meaning head to toe, we have what we need as often as we are in sort. Sometimes we may get out of sorts. And when we're out of sorts, we need to do what? Regulate. And that's old school right there. We may have to do a few things, get some sleep, okay? Apologize, get back on the good foot with where you need and who you need to be doing all that with. So when we move further on in my rich content this morning, my H, who can guess what my H would be? Anybody? What would my H be? What would my H be? In fact, give me some H's down there. Calculate. I love that too, Debbie. That's good. What would the H be? What would you use? I know that. Oh, happy. Oh, come on now. Happy is good. Come on. I love happy. Maurice, that's wonderful. Happy is great. Anybody else? Anybody else got anything for that H? Happy would be good. Humble. Yes. I believe humbleness is wonderful. Yes, I don't. Oh, harmony. Oh, these are wonderful, wonderful words. Yes. Happy, humble, harmony, helpful. Come on now, Michael. Yes, all of that. Wonderful. And Michael and I are in Rotary together, so Michael knows what I'm talking about. I'm starting to just exude the fact that I want to be helpful. I want to be helpful. Okay. Historic. Okay. Come on now. Eventually we will be history. Will we not? So what we do will become a historical fact find for whoever is left behind. It is. Y'all ready from what I put down for my H? Say yeah. No, I'm just kidding. It's have. Have. Now I didn't say have in terms of the possessions that I have in terms of the worldliness of things. I'm talking about have possessing inside. That's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for that. It says possess, own, and hold. I want to possess and own and hold on to the fact that I've been made a certain way. I've not made it where I have to be out so much that everybody feels that, well, she's this and she's that. I just want to just be who I am. I want that humbleness. I want to be happy. I want to have history, that I've left a history that my offspring will be able to say, my mom, my auntie, my cousin, my friend. That's what I want to have. It says to have is to possess something, to own it, to keep it, maintain it. I'm trying to maintain who I am. Utilize the fact that life is, as we go along, we get what we give. Sometimes we give more than we will get, but understand that in our giving, if we don't expect anything to receive, then guess what? What we got was all we were supposed to get. That's it. Nothing else. Nothing else. We gave it. We gave it because it needed to be given. We give love because we wanted to give love. Even if love isn't in return, it doesn't cut us short on the fact that we loved some things, some bodies, some places. Okay. But when we leave, we take with it the memories, the good, the bad, and maybe the in between. We just take it with us. It is what it is. So when we have these things that we call our possessions, it says we count those things which we know that we own. And my possessions of to have something is that I have life. That's number one that I still have. And when it gets to the point where, the body breaks down, my mind is no longer as sharp as it is, and all those kinds of things, I want you all to say, but you know what, at one time that heifer was pretty good. I want y'all to be able to say that. That's my have that I hope to leave behind as my history, my happy, my helpfulness, my wanting to help people heal, and my just my availableness in being humble as I can and as helpful as possible. To me, that's a good life. That's a good life. I don't know if I'll ever. Oh, harvest is good. Help, harvest, that's good stuff. Honesty. Come on now. Y'all went into the bag this morning and got them words. Y'all almost had me act like I need to be preaching. I'm not a preacher. I am truly Sandy. I am truly Winnie. I am truly Doc, but no, I'm not going to do the preaching stuff. But I love the fact that I have a platform that I'm trying to do good with, to say that we don't have to get stuck in thinking that we're going to hit the lottery and be rich and overcome the odds. The odds are just such an odd that it makes it crazy to believe that you would do that. Not saying that you do it and you're not the one. I never take that away from you, because I would be the first to say congratulations. And I'm not going to hound you about what you got. You can trust me on that. It's not mine. So I'm not going to hound you for something that is not mine. But I want you all to have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. This was a great session for me. It just kept popping up on the TV last night, this morning, last week, about the goodness and how we should part with our money, to keep coming up with the fact of putting money towards this lottery. And I keep saying, I don't want my money going like that, because I believe the odds just tell me it is not going to be me. The odds are too great. But anyway, I love you guys. It says my cup is always half full. Me too. Me too. I'm always looking for what else can I add to this cup, okay, because it's half full, okay? And what parts of do I need to take out to make me be able to fill it up, and then drink some, pour some off, fill it up again. That's how we do. That's how we do. So this weekend, if you decide that you're going to, actually, I guess it's tonight. If you decide that you're going to play the lottery, play the lottery. This was not telling you not do what you want to do. But what I am telling you to do is find it in your heart to understand who you are. Understand that you can roll with it. You can roll with being rich, but you can roll with who you are along your way to finding richness. But also understand that you should be as independent as you can in your thinking and your doing. You should be as comfortable as who you are along the life's road. And then finally, have what you want. Be reasonable about what you will take. And let me say, befriend somebody this weekend. Let them know that you don't have to run to being rich, but run to being comfortable. Run to being who you are. I love each of you. I thank you, thank you, thank you. I'll see you on Monday with another word of, are you stuck? We're going to all get stuck. I don't care who we are. I don't care how good it looks. We're going to get stuck. Okay? I see you then. Thank you. Love you. Bye-bye.